Hi, I'm Jen.
I'm Cora.
And this is Coffee
Connections.
Connection. Oh, you can't even see my coffee. There it is. Coffee Connections. We are
trying out a new film thing, so we're not used to the cameraing.
We had a lot of technical difficulties yesterday, so now we are actually trying to record on my laptop with Quick Movie. So we had to switch spots, and Cora's been directing me on where I should be looking at the wall when we're talking to each other. And we're having a lot of fun. Let's dive into our gratitude set.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Yes.
Okay.
We want to thank you. I am so grateful that you guys have been watching, and we've been getting great feedback, and people have been having their moods uplifted while they are homebound from watching our show. And that's why we're doing it, right? We want to connect with people, and we want to bring some positivity into your life while you're homebound. So thank you for watching our shows, and also thank you for the 30 subscribers. That is like a classroom full of people. So we've gotten 30 subscribers this week. Thank you. And we hope that when you are watching our videos, you can hit that like button.
Okay. I'm grateful that we got out of the house today, that we went on a walk in the
Bataquitos Lagoon, yeah.
Bataquitos Lagoon.
Can you pass me that envelope? I need a coaster. Thank you. I'm grateful that Katie, the brand new puppy,
somewhere over there.
Yeah, maybe a few. Can you see her? So anyway, we went on this walk. And the dogs are wiped out. Maybe you can scoot a little bit so we can see Cooper. It's the chair that's in the way.
It's Cooper.
Hey,
Coop. There he is, our first dog we've been mentioning in the past few videos.
We'll get to them later. But I'm grateful that it didn't take her too long to figure out the walking. So, we walked in on the path, and then we turned around and walked back. So she kind of figured out what we were doing as we were getting to the end of the first way.
And, so what are you grateful for?
I just said I'm grateful it didn't take her that long to figure out the walking part. Because she was on a leash and everything. But we figured out that she couldn't see super far ahead. So when Cora and her dad and Cooper were far off and I was struggling to get her walking, it was because she couldn't see them. And so then once we got closer to them and she could see Cooper and she could see Cora's dad, that's when she started walking and sort of trotting and running along. And then the whole way back, she figured it out and she was doing great. So I'm happy that we were able to figure this out quickly.
I'm grateful that more and more every day I get new Roblox friends every day that I get to just chat and play with every day. Like, for example, my friend Reese, I added him into my chat, and we now are friends in Roblox. So I'm grateful.
You're grateful that more and more of your friends are adding every day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see. What else am I grateful for? Want to move on? Sure. All right. We can move on. So the thing that we're going to focus on today, because it's the weekend, is how to hang out with your friends while you're homebound online. That's going to be our topic. So we've got 3 different ways that you can hang out in a group virtually. So Cora, do you want to start?
The key I use is FaceTime. That's the one I've been using mostly. You can do it in group text. That's one way to do it. FaceTime, you can just go to contacts. You can do all of them. For me, if you have a group of people, for example, like my group chat, the Weird Potatoes, all you have to do is just click FaceTime, and then it'll send a FaceTime call to all of them. And all you guys can just join at once. But you have to make sure that you accept camera the FaceTime to allow cameras so that you can actually see each other.
Okay. And how do you actually see everybody at the same time? Or does it focus in on the person who's talking? Can you select the view?
Well, you can select the view. And it'll show like multiple people. It'll kind of be like bubbles. There'll be bubbles of the people, and then and you'll see them, but they'll like the ones that will get bigger for the one who's talking. But
Okay.
and if there's more people, then they'll just show up next to, like, if your face is shown at the bottom right corner, then they'll be shown that next to that. But you could click on them, but you could click on a person next to that and then make them be bigger.
So
on the
what's the
bubbles.
biggest? What's the most number of people that you've had talking on FaceTime at one time?
17, and it was way too much. Way too much.
Okay.
I suggest for like a higher number of people, 10 to 15, max.
Okay. So then the other one that I was going to suggest is Zoom. And Zoom is used a lot in work parties, or at least I've used it in more work-like settings. But you can do it from your phone or you can do it from your desktop. I don't know what the limit is on number of participants, but I think it's pretty high. I like Zoom because you have the big screen of the person who's talking, and then the faces above kind of line up. And I love that you can mute yourself. You can mute yourself, or you can talk.
You can chat with them too.
Yeah, there's a little chat box below, so you can chat over here. Yeah, so I like Zoom. But here's the thing. So now that we're homebound, people are sort of, if they haven't used these apps or tools before, it's all new to them, right? And so you have to download, you have to sign up, you have to get a username and a password and all that stuff. FaceTime is easier, I think, but I don't know. Can you guys, does FaceTime allow access to people who don't have Apple? Like, is FaceTime Apple or is it?
FaceTime is Apple.
That's what I thought.
Although Zoom, I'm pretty sure is.
No, Zoom is universal.
Yeah, Zoom can be on anything.
Right. So do you have friends on Android like you were before that can't access your FaceTime parties?
No, I wasn't really on Zoom because I.
No. When you guys are FaceTiming with your friends, do you have friends that are on Android? Like you used to be a couple weeks ago.
No.
You were the only one on an Amazon before?
Yep.
Okay. So,
and then the next one is Houseparty.
Yes. So, the moms, so I've been talking about how great this group mom thread is that I'm on, and we're sharing notes and pictures and telling each other what we're doing and sharing all those funny little comment cards about just making fun of what's happening in the coronavirus. So we are going to try and do a happy hour tonight, and we'll see how that goes. We'll let you know how it goes, but it was suggested that we use Houseparty because it's open to, it's more universal. If you don't have an iPhone, it doesn't matter. You can use that too. So I signed up for the app, and we're going to test it out tonight, but I've heard great things about it. Other people have used it a lot, and we'll go from there.
I think the title is very smart because you basically have an online party at your house. Which is perfect for
so it makes
homebound
sense.
people.
Easy to remember. The Houseparty app, and it's free. And then it can connect with your contacts. It can connect with your friends on Facebook to figure out how to add them. I just grabbed the invite code and then sent it into my chat to see who's going to do it. It'll be interesting. I don't know if it's too spontaneous for a group of 15 people to all meet up tonight, but we'll see.
15 people?
Well, no, 15 people are in the
Houseparty,
thread.
right? Not in FaceTime.
Well, 15 people are in the thread. There's no way we're getting 15 people at 6 o'clock to try it out.
You'll probably get. Well, yeah. Anyways.
So you want to wake up the pup and bring her over so that they can see her?
Oh, she's so cute.
Go get
Okay,
her.
fine.
Go get her. Go get her. They want to see her. So one of the other things that I wanted to talk about is how did your week go? How did your week go? What worked? What didn't work? Can you pick her up?
Yes, I can. She's just tired little lazy puss.
She's coming. She's coming.
She's coming.
Everybody wants to see the new baby. The new baby. Oh, she's so sleepy. She'll
She's
fall.
like, okay, I'll just fall asleep in your arms.
Oh,
I
she's
guess.
total. Whoa.
Whoa.
There she is. All right,
you
we
see
can
her?
leave her. We could leave her.
She's-
There she is. She's crashed out. Look how cute she is. Look how cute she is.
Wherever she is over there.
All right, so Cora, just so we can, before we wrap up with a recipe, what worked this week for you, and what didn't work for you?
17 people on FaceTime definitely did not work out, but
I mean, in terms of sort of like homeschooling, self-schooling.
art, I just colored, found paper, looked on YouTube. So art was just, easy to do because of YouTube. And writing has been difficult because of the video, because I'm like, oh, I'm in math, oh, I'm in this, oh, I got to edit the video, oh,
Yes, our
so my editing time
Coffee
has cut
Connections
into,
has cut into her mornings. We're gonna
has
have to
cut into my writing.
has cut into your writing time. So maybe we need to switch the whole schedule so that
Writing's in the end of the day, and I still don't understand how it fits in my schedule.
Well, maybe but I mean we can switch things around. So like reading is really
That's
easy
the
to.
thing. I really, really like writing after lunch, because then I'm
Okay, we can do
ready.
that. But maybe what we do is, because reading is so easy to do at any time of the day, maybe we don't start off with reading. Maybe you insert something else there, like math or...
Can't do math because doing the video basically just
No.
cuts into reading.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, if we start, so your schedule started at what time? 8:45. That's not happening because we're trying to like start these videos at like 8, right?
And they usually end up starting at 8:30.
But then after we record them, then she edits them immediately. So we've got that. So when do you think you're actually starting your schoolwork?
9. Probably 9.
Okay.
9 to 9:30.
Okay. So on your old schedule, that would have missed the whole hour of reading.
Yeah.
Right. So instead of starting reading at 9 or 9:30, maybe we ought to be starting a different subject and putting in reading later in the day, like in the writing slot, so it doesn't get skipped.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out. Anyways.
But one of the things that hasn't worked for us is some of the stuff got skipped. Like the writing, she did writing one day. You did the Duolingo Spanish 4 days. I'm proud of you for that. And what were your favorite subjects during the homeschooling?
Homeschooling, probably art and math. And coding. I forgot about coding.
Tell them what you were having fun with on the Scratch coding.
I was having fun making a ping pong game, but 2 people can play. So one slider thing, you make it go up and down by pressing the up and down arrows on your keyboard, and then by moving the other one, you just drag it, like with a mouse or just on the screen.
And how did you get the code to put it in?
What do you mean?
I think it came from a book, right?
Yes, it did.
What was the book? We want to give them some resources so that they can use them. 20
awesome coding games on Scratch, I think.
Okay, we will insert the book cover in the show notes and also as a picture in the video. What else? Did anything work really well?
Recess has worked well.
Tell them what you get to do for recess.
I get to play games on my iPad, just get out of the chair or just I just get to have free time, basically. I get to play on my iPad. I get to text my friends, play Roblox. During lunch, that's what I usually do. Just play Roblox with my friends. Yeah.
Well, my favorite thing is trying to reach out to people. I get uplifted when I talk to people, especially if I haven't talked to them in a long time. So I think going forward, I'm going to see if I can keep reaching out to more and more people and just call or text at least one person a day to let them know I'm thinking about them. Okay, so we're going to wrap up now with a recipe. And one of the moms in my group thread sent this to us this morning. So we have not tried it yet, but she said her kids loved it. And it is called cinnamon roll pancakes. It sounds amazing. And look at this picture.
Is that glaze?
Can you see it?
Is that the glaze?
Yeah, look at
that.
that.
That's the glaze.
Oh my gosh. So this is on the blog Tastes of Lizzie T. And it was by the article is by Julie Clark. It was published in July of 2019, again on tasteoflizziet.com. So we are going to try and make these, and we will let you know how yummy they are, if they are. And so I can't wait to try these, and we will put this recipe in the show notes. If you're new to YouTube and you don't know what the show notes are, underneath the title, the title of our post, of our episode, right beneath that, or just to the right of it, there's a little triangle, a little arrow. You can click on that, and boom, it goes down and it gives a description of this episode and anything that we want to communicate with you. So that's it. We hope you're having a super fun weekend like we are, and finding ways to be grateful and to stay positive.